Of course, the 800 freestyle back part of the Olympic program. Short and Winnington eyeing potential gold.
Take your marks.
Good start, Winnington, who's come up narrowly ahead of the field. In fact, he's been fierce off the blocks in all of his swims so far this week, Gia.
This could be one of Sam Short's greatest challenges. I just watched him get up on the block when the starter called the whistle, and he had a little stumble. It was almost like his leg wasn't holding him strongly as he stood up on the block. So we know that he's had an issue with gastro this week. 2 big 400s on night one, pulled out of the 200, knowing that he's already on the team, knowing that he's also got an 800 and a 1500 left for the rest of the week. So let's just keep our eye on Sam Short. This could be one of the greatest performances if he can do something extraordinary in this 800 tonight.
And you go into a different mode when you're thinking this way as well. It's strategic. You want to make sure that you get onto the team. You do everything to do that. You may not be looking for the win in the same way that you were leading into this meet. And the best swimmers have to make adjustments. Everything doesn't go according to plan, or it doesn't happen on the day that you want it to happen. You have to be up against every circumstance and still deliver on your very worst day, your very best performance.
If you haven't seen the clash between Winnington and Short from the Australian champs on the Gold Coast earlier this year, you have to look it up. It was absolutely epic racing in this 800. The 400 at that meet was the same, and Winnington just pulling away in the closing stages of the 400 here on night one. But these two barely separable at their absolute best, which gives Australia a wonderful opportunity at the Olympics.
And just keep an eye on this world record time early in the race. 1.57 ahead of it, 150 metre mark. That's 0.5 of a second per lap. So we watch the 200, see where the swimmers are at. Elijah Winnington breathes into the turn. They're pulling just back off that time from it. But Sam Short, where he has himself positioned, you can see that he's about at the hip of Elijah Winnington. It's a sweet spot to be able to swim in. You get a bit of the drag of the person that's ahead of you.
And I actually think Sam Short looks more comfortable at this pace than he did in the 400 on night one. He feels like he's more within his stroke. He's almost looking like it's coming easier to him rather than fighting the water. It looks like he's working with the water.
Do you feel this is where he's effective, Ian, from 800 to 15? And I'm conscious he's the world champ, of course, in the 400 from Fukuoka, but he's spoken openly about his affection for these distance races, and I know the 1500 would mean the world to him if he could win gold in Paris.
Everyone's happy with the gold in any event.
Yeah.
We'll go with that as well. But for Sam, he's done the training that he can also do at shorter events. He has a respect, a knowledge of what has happened in all of these events for Australia. The two most successful events that we've had in Australian swimming history, the 1500, then the 400 metres freestyle. Sam Short wants to be able to cover both of them, but he's up against Elijah Winnington. So these two swimmers are drawing the best out of each other.
So if there's a chink in Sam Short, which coming on the midway point of the race, it doesn't appear to be at the moment. In fact, he's cut into that lead that Winnington had established. Matt Galea is staying within touch, a couple of body lengths away.
It's a great swim from Matt Galea as well. Swims at Sydney Olympic Park. Sam's really, he's sitting observing what Elijah's doing here. Elijah may be conserving for this last 200 metres to be able to then put some force onto it, but Sam Short is biding his time well.
It's very similar to how the 400 was swum as well between these two competitors. Elijah wanting to take it out faster. Sam moving towards the lane rope to try and gain a little bit of that wash off Elijah as well, try and find some easy pace. Elijah holding his own here. I guess the difference is that this qualifying time of 7:45.80, given that these two men are already on the team in an individual event, Sam could have maybe not swum tonight and hoped that two didn't make the qualifying time so that he could slot in Paris, but that's the danger. He knows that there is a big question mark that someone else, like a Matt Galea, could swim a qualifying time and then he misses his spot in Paris.
The other interesting thing that's happening now, Sam Short's not losing quite as much to Elijah Winnington on the turns. He's starting to match that distance, that game, because Sam's had to make it up in every part of the swimming component of the race. Elijah Winnington, a little bit taller, better off the wall, and those things, they all add up in an 800 metres if you can get them right.
This is gutsy from short. He's going to take the lead here. He turns ahead of Winnington. Galea in third position. And in lane 8, Noah Millard, who swims out of MLC Aquatic, the 21-year-old. He's in fourth. But this race is panning out as we predicted. Short and Winnington at the head of the field, and nothing between them again.
So this is where we'll start to see tactics come into play as well, because we know that both Elijah and Sam breathe to the right. So heading down the pool, Elijah's gaining ground on Sam, and then when Sam is watching Elijah coming back towards home, he garners a little bit of pace. So that's Sam's race in the last 50. If he's within contention, he's watching Elijah the whole way home.
To what they were in the 400 metres freestyle. Sam is anticipating what Elijah Winnington's going to do in the last 200 metres. To set yourself up for the 200, you need to be going now to prepare into the wall. So in that last 100 metres, from the 500 to the 600 metres, Sam's tried to almost know how Elijah's likely to return in the last 200. He doesn't want it to come down to a sprint again. He wants to draw a little bit of distance each lap.
I'm also finding it extraordinary that Elijah is straight up and down the middle of the pool, or moves over if Sam moves towards the lane rope, whereas Sam is almost circling slightly, that he is on the lane rope coming down the pool with Elijah close to him, and he moves away to the far lane rope heading down the pool. So
they're going for it now. It's a cracking duel ahead. Short pulled ahead towards that last turn, but Winnington's starting to drag the margin back. Short by, what, a third, a half of a body length. Elijah Winnington, second fastest in the world in 2024. Here's the bell, 100 to go. It's just as we started. They're right next to each other.
So Elijah will want to sneak up while he's got this chance. Sam Short breathing away, suggested by his soft yarn. It looks like they've actually levelled it out, but Elijah's levelled it out with Sam.
And Winnington has kicked. Winnington has powered past Sam Short, maybe a little bit extra in the tank. Sam's been struggling with that stomach issue. We know he's a fighter. He's got a little margin to make up inside the last 50. The crowd are reveling in this amazing racing tonight, but gee, Winnington looks strong. 30 metres to swim. He's pulled ahead by half a body length. Short's digging in. I don't think he's going to pull the margin back. Gee, Elijah's having a great week. Winnington, with 10 metres to go, he's going to take out the 4 and the 8. He's already on the plane to Paris, and he's a gold medal chance. Sam Short in second, a couple of seconds behind. Gee, Elijah burnt through that last 100. That was ultra impressive.
So Elijah Winnington was able to sneak in just under that qualifying time, that very high standard that is set by Swimming Australia. Sam Short just outside of it by about 0.7 of a second.
a great swim by Elijah, a very gutsy swim by Sam.